Meantime, on the run and on social media, authorities raiding the home where one escaped New Orleans inmate had been staying after he posted this Instagram video.
Asking for help from the world, from Meek Mills, Lil Wayne, Young Boy, Donald Trump. I'm asking for these people. I couldn't even get a lawyer. I couldn't even afford a lawyer to prove my innocence. They said that I broke out. I didn't break out. I was let out.
Right now, 2 of the 10 inmates who broke out of that New Orleans jail almost 3 weeks ago still on the run, including reportedly the man we just heard from, constitutional attorney and former federal prosecutor Katie Cherkasky joins me now. I say reportedly, Katie, because, again, authorities still need to verify that this isn't AI, and they still need to verify that this is an official video from him. But assuming, for argument's sake, that this is that suspect that's on the run, what is the potential evidentiary impact of that video?
Well, obviously, this video is pretty brazen, and unfortunately for this individual, it's not a very sympathetic situation. So this will hopefully allow law enforcement to zero in on his location. I believe they did raid the home where they believe the video was filmed. So they might be getting closer. And if he is captured, he will inevitably face additional charges. So not sure it was worth it, but it was an attempt for sure to try to get some sort of sympathy.
Okay, and I agree that's what he did with the names that he said. I don't want to focus on the names of the rapper, the calling out to Donald Trump. We are far, far from a potential presidential pardon here. I want to focus on the words, "I was let out." From your experience as a federal prosecutor, do you think there is something to that, or is this the classic case of course, I didn't do the crime, I'm not responsible for any of this?
Well, based on the facts that we know of, it was obviously an escape. Whether there were individuals on the inside who are also orchestrating and coordinating in a criminal enterprise in that way does not alleviate this individual from culpability. He's well aware he's not permitted to leave the facility. In fact, I believe he has prior escape attempts, and he knows that he is, in fact, in custody. So it's irrelevant in the sense that he was aware of his obligation to be in custody, and even if somebody also was culpable, that does not erase his own culpability.
Yeah, to me, it really raised the question of, was this forced act by the inmates to one of the security guards or the maintenance worker to basically force him to let it out, or was this something that seemingly, based upon the implication from the suspect's video, seemed to be like it was just something that the guards wanted to do, that the maintenance workers wanted to do, and it could be bigger. To me, that's where the real question lies, and we will see. Got to get your thoughts on this. Newark Mayor Ras Baraka suing interim U.S. Attorney Alina Habba for arresting him for trespassing at the Newark ICE facility. Baraka's lawsuit claims Habba was not serving in a prosecutorial function when she acted with DHS agents in the scheme to arrest Mayor Baraka. He is seeking compensatory damages for pain, suffering, stress, humiliation, mental anguish, emotional harm, and punitive damages. Let's remember that Habba did drop those trespassing charges against Baraka. In the end, does he have a case, Katie?
Well, I did read his lawsuit, and I think it's very weak. He has challenges on all fronts. He makes what are called Bivens claims, which are historically very limited claims against federal officers. But the Supreme Court has been clear that they don't extend those claims in novel contexts like here. Alina Habba also has prosecutorial immunity, which does extend to giving advice to effectuate an arrest if she believed at the time that there was a violation of the law. And then in terms of the defamation claims, he would have to prove actual malice, meaning that she falsely made comments that he was violating the law or acted with reckless disregard for the truth. And based upon the facts at the time, there were certainly reasonable grounds to think that he was, in fact, in violation of the law to leave the private facility.
When Habba said he was trespassing, then later dropped that charge, does she have prosecutorial immunity for that statement when she says at the outset it is a crime and then drops the charges?
Well, prosecutors have discretion to pursue charges or to drop them. The question is, at the time of the arrest, was there probable cause? And probable cause is a very low standard under the law. It just means that there's some evidence that the person potentially committed an offense. So a later decision to drop the charges does not indicate in any particular way that there was not probable cause. Those are separate elements that would have to be analyzed. So I think it's weak across the board. And I believe that the mayor even said that he was essentially looking for an apology. So maybe he doesn't even think that the lawsuit is going anywhere. But on a legal analysis, I think that he runs into insurmountable hurdles on basically all of the counts that he's brought.
He also brought the suit on the day that early in-person voting begins in the New Jersey governor's primary. One Ross Baraka is running. Could be a ploy to get media attention, could be a real lawsuit. We will see. Katie Cherkasky, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's